go. Share my screen. Boom. All right. You guys drop a 111 in the chat if you can hear me. Let's see, 111 in the chat. Oh, nice. 1 second. I just got to make 1 second. Just got to do one thing. There we go. And boom. All right. There we go. All right. Nice. Tons of ones. I love it. I love it. How you guys crypto week going? Hope you guys bought the dip, bought the fear in the market. Remember I said last week in terms of you always want to buy the fear. So first things first, let's cover there's two different types of wallets that you're looking at, a hot wallet and a cold wallet, okay? So cold wallet, hot wallet. In terms of a cold wallet, what you're looking at is something that's offline, all right? So if we just look at cold wallets, the two best cold wallets that we generally use are going to be the Trezor Wallet and then the Ledger Wallet. You want to get it from the website, so I'm going to take you guys to the website so you guys can kind of see it from there. So you guys can see what the website's like and just see exactly how I get there. You want to go to, so for Trezor, actually I'm going to do Ledger first because Trezor is something that's not new, but it's been around for a while. All right, so with the Ledger, you can see I'm on the Ledger site. Let's get rid of this. And you can see here that it has the coins that it accepts is crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, Polkadot, Litecoin, Binance Chain, Tezos. So you can see it accepts a plethora of coins, which is good because what it means that you can actually send your coins there and hold it. So for me, what I do is anything that I'm planning on holding for a while, I'm just going to hold it into my ledger. And that's what I'm planning on doing. So like for me right now, I'm using my ledger for Ethereum and some other projects. You can see in terms of buying the ledger, it's really straightforward. You just go to the main page, which is ledger. There we go. All right. So you can see in terms of you go to the ledger, and then you just go to products, and then there's two different types of products. So you have the Ledger S, Ledger Nano S, and you have the Ledger Nano X. The two differences in terms of the products is the price. Well, Ledger X is going to be $159. Ledger Nano S is going to be $89. The other thing that you have in terms of it is that you can see the differences is literally, well, managing crypto on the go. So you got a Bluetooth connection, and then you can just store more crypto assets on it. So like, I'm not really too thrilled in terms of the Bluetooth connection. I don't really care for that. But in terms of managing more, that's always dope. So you could get this and not do the Bluetooth connection, or you can just get this, which is realistically, it's going to be dope. It can do what you need it to do. So in terms of, it's your one-stop crypto shop where you can leave everything there. The other thing is in terms of capacity, you can see you can only have 3 to 20 apps, where this is 100 apps. So what an app is, so like, let's say for instance that you're going to add Ethereum into it, that will take up a lot of space. Let's say you add Ethereum Polkadot, you might take up all the space that you have on your ledger. So you might not be able to add as much as you want, where this is 100 applications because there's just more RAM or more room in it. In terms of the wallet, it's just the same 50 wallets compatible in terms of what you can do with it. Holds ERC20 tokens. They both hold ERC20 tokens, but this one goes with the Android. In terms of the mobile app, can go with the Android and also iOS. Security features, you can see they're exactly the same. There's nothing really too different. A couple things that you really want to pay attention to is PIN code. So in terms of PIN code, you're going to make a PIN code for it, and that you actually put into before to open it up. And then the other thing is 24-word recovery. So I'm gonna really touch base on this in terms of security. You really don't want to go to, like, let's say you go to Google. So let's use actual Google Chrome. So you don't want to go onto, like, let's say Google Chrome and type in a ledger and then see where it takes you, because it will take you a lot of different places. So let's check it out. Ledger Nano S for sale. So you guys can actually see where I want you guys to see it, so you can see it for yourself. So the first place is shop at Ledger. You can also see that you can get off Amazon, Walmart, and you can also get off Kijiji. So I'm going to be completely honest with you. you do not want to get it from anywhere but the actual site. Okay, so if it's not shop.ledger.com, don't get it, because you can see here your favorite Ledger Nano S is $120 on Kijiji. That's not right, because it's actually $80, $89. So like already people are charging you more. But the other thing is that because of this 24-word recovery phase that you have, so right here, this is really important, because if now say for instance, so you buy it off a third party, you don't know if they're going to open it up and they're going to necessarily take that 24 recovery phrase and then say, all right, send it to, here you go, brand new Ledger Nano S. But meanwhile, they have your backup phrase. So the moment that they wait a month and then they go into your backup phrase, take everything off your ledger, and then let's say a year from now you open it up and there's nothing there, there's no funds. So you really want to go through the actual main site, because there won't be compromised. Hardware, where you can see in terms of it, like the pixelation is just a bit different. So 128 by 64 is 128 by 32. Micro B, micro Type C, battery. There's no battery life here, which is an 8-hour standby mode. And you can see just different. Like realistically, this is a bit more, but the difference is a little bit of price. That's it. So you're pretty straightforward to get either one of those. That is shop.ledger.com. This is one of your premier cold storage wallets. So like I said, cold storage meaning offline. Just because it's offline doesn't mean it doesn't have can't be volatile with the price. It just means it's not. It's your in terms of your keys will still be stored on the blockchain, but you have access to your keys, which means you have access to your coins, which means you have access to your money. Next, Trezor. So the Trezor is actually pretty dope. I'm looking at getting one for myself. One of the reasons why is it's gonna go touch into my hot wallet section, which is the Exodus wallet. So in terms of the Trezor, you have access to, you can see, get your Trezor now, or already own one. So it has two different versions as well. It has a little mini one and then a big one. I don't know what the different names are, but you have the securities, 5-star customer service. That's all great. In terms of the wallet, you can see that here's what it would look like in terms of doing it on your computer. So when you connect it into your computer, my internet is unstable. Okay, back. So when you connect it into your computer, this is what it's going to look like when you're moving it around. It's very like user friendly in terms of it. You can buy, send, so you receive, send, buy, exchange, and then transactions that you do on the actual file. The other reason why I want to get a Trezor is because it actually is compatible with your Exodus wallet, and that's one of the biggest things that for me, like I use the Exodus wallet as well, and I'm going to open it up in a second and show you guys. But I use the Exodus wallet as well, just to be able to fund everything and go through it. So you can see Trezor 1, Trezor Model T. The differences of it is realistically, both store. This stores all coins, all Trezor coins. This stores 1,000 plus. You can see the difference in terms of they're both beginner friendly. There's nothing really too much. This comes with a micro SD card. That's pretty dope. And then it has encryption, micro SD card. So you can see in terms of difference in price, where are those prices? That's what, not sure. Let's say get your Trezor. So let's say Model T will cost you 159 euro. And I think the other one is 89 euro. So that's 48 euro. That's pretty dope. Actually, that's like, I think, what is that? Like not even $100. So that's pretty dope in terms of like being able to get those types of things. Press audio on the left. No, that's not me. Can everyone hear me? If everyone can hear me in the chat, just drop a 111. Okay, good, dope. All right, just want to make sure. All right, so in terms of everything that you're looking at, it's pretty straightforward. But once again, you also want to go to the actual site, which is trezor.io. You don't want to go to any third-party sites. You don't want to go anywhere else in terms of trying to get it. The other thing that I want to talk about or touch on is, before I talk, well, actually, I'll go here. So next is Exodus. Okay. So I'll talk about Exodus. I'll talk about Trust Wallet. All right. So your Exodus wallet is kind of like these are now what we're talking about, hot wallets, okay? So the beauty of the hot wallet is it's straightforward. It is utilized on this screen in terms of you can see what it is. You download it onto your computer. You also have a phone version of it as well. The difference is that you can do more on the computer version than on your phone version. This computer that I have doesn't have my Exodus wallet on it, so I'm just gonna walk through it with you guys. In terms of what you're looking at, it'll tell you your funds. It'll also tell you like your highest balance, your 24-hour change, your portfolio age, so how long you've had your portfolio, and then also your best 24-hour assets. So it's kind of dope. You can see those types of things. Um, it upgrades every Friday, so that's a cool thing as well. It has a built-in exchange, live chart portfolio, and it has over 100 plus crypto assets. So you can see in terms of the crypto assets that it has. The other thing that it has is also staking for a lot of the assets. So this is what I use the Trezor for, or Ledger for, not Ledger, Exodus Wallet for, is to actually just stake a lot of my projects. So any of my long-term projects that I'm staking, I just store it onto my Exodus. It's the easiest way for me to actually to stake projects and where I don't have to think about it. Um, it's actually really user friendly once you get used to it. The one thing that I have is um, an issue with is that it is run on the Ethereum network, so it does cost. The fees are high right now in terms of buying and selling. Like if you were going to sell anything on here, you'd pay a lot more. So what I do is I actually move it out of Exodus and move it into an exchange to sell, because it's just cheaper to do that. Like honestly speaking, it is a lot. It's a lot, and it's cheaper. But the thing is, if you think about it, you're gonna end up paying. Let's say that you have 10K in something, you're gonna end up paying $100 to $500 in fees. When if you just transfer it over to when you just transfer it over to like Binance, you'll end up paying like maybe $50 in fees, not even. So like think about it like that, where you can end up saving a lot of money in fees just by getting off the Ethereum network. So I highly suggest you do that. Since it is a hot wallet, what hot wallet means is that it is online. So it is going to be an online component to your wallet. You can see Exodus plus Trezor hardware wallet experience. So you can actually have your Trezor, and this is kind of how you can make it your Exodus a bit safer. Is now that you can have a Trezor, and now your Exodus can now store on your Trezor, and that's how you can kind of keep your portfolio offline. And now you just turned it into a your hot wallet into a cold wallet. So that's really dope in terms of it. Manage, exchange your cryptocurrencies in your Exodus securely from your Trezor. No sign up, registration required. So definitely in terms of everything, go to exodus.com. In terms of which one you want to get, that's kind of up to you. It explains in a nice terms of a 3-step process here of how to actually convert your Exodus into not your Exodus, your Trezor wallet into your Exodus. It has a Trezor bridge. So you have to set that up in terms of the Model T with Exodus, pair with Exodus, open Exodus wallet with your Trezor plugged in, and start using them together. So you can use it together. So that means in retrospect, what you can do is that you can hold everything in your Trezor wallet, and then that's how you can actually make your Exodus wallet more secure. Because now, whenever you open up your Exodus wallet, you can now plug in your Trezor, and boom, you're now taking everything that's hot and you put it in cold, right? And the biggest thing is the reason why you want cold is because you want to protect your assets. I'm going to be completely honest with you, because think about it like this. Don't think about like I have $100 or $200. Think about it like you have $1 million, right? You got $1 billion. Where are you putting that? Like, think about it in terms of having a safe. Think about all these different types of things, because you got to kind of project that. One of the biggest reasons why is because as we're in a bull market, there's going to be a lot of scams. There's going to be a lot of people that are promising you a lot, and you want to really make sure that you're being safe. So set up these securities already, so that way when the time comes and we're in December, and this coin like Cardano went 50x, and now you're a millionaire, a multimillionaire, and you're just like, Manny, I have a multimillionaire, amazing. All right, you open up your Exodus and everything's gone, or you open up your Trezor and everything's gone, or you open up something and everything's gone, or you open up your exchange and everything's gone because it was hacked. It's one of the worst things ever. So you really want to be safe with it. Can Exodus be hacked? I have never heard of Exodus being hacked, so that's not, I think, something to worry about. but it is a hot wallet. So the one thing you do know is that it is connected online. So but it's connected online on your computer. So if your computer is online, then it's online. So it is still hard to get into. It's not easy. So I've had other wallets like when I first started in cryptocurrency. I'll show you this. I had a Mew wallet, and I was hacked. I think it was like $1,200 at one point, and I forgot about it. And at one point, I was sending all my Ethereum to it. So I'm sharing a story with you guys so you can kind of understand that how easy it is to get hacked off of one of these wallets. This is why you really want to set up all your securities. So, anyways, I had a Mew wallet, and I got an email saying that everyone that had a Mew wallet, so my Ether wallet, was hacked. And I was like, cool. I looked one day and I still had some ICO coins in there. I'm like, okay, I'm cool. I looked the next day, like it was 360,000 of BAB tokens, which means nothing to you. But let's say, for instance, that BAB token went up to a dollar each. So BAB tokens went up to $1 each. That's $360,000 potentially that was just taken from me. Now I did buy it back already. It's really low, so I bought back the coin because at this point it cost me $20 to buy the exact same amount. But I look at it from a future case scenario. That person now stole 360,000 of potential income from me, right? So you really want to be secure when you're in these places. So I don't use the Mew wallet anymore, needless to say, because of that. I do use a Trust wallet. So I'll touch base with that as well. So you can download a Trust wallet. I don't have a Trust wallet, but you can download it here. It is on Apple, Google, and Android, and it actually connects with Binance. So you can do some of the things you can do on Binance on here. The reason why I had to open it is because Binance actually gave a airdrop of 100 Trust tokens. And right now, those Trust tokens are almost at $1 each, so it's $100 that I just got for free. If those Trust tokens go up to $10 each, that's $1,000 that I got for free. So that's why I got it. That's completely honest with you. I also use it as a decentralized wallet. So in terms of a decentralized wallet, that's different than your hot wallet. That's different than your cold wallet. These decentralized wallets are like your Metamask wallet, your Trust wallet. There's a couple others. So let's go decentralized wallet. So the purpose of a decentralized wallet is there's no name and no KYC attached to it. So the beauty of it is that because there's no KYC attached to it, then no one can ever link it back to you. So you can store as much money as you want in there, and at the end of the day, no one ever has to know it's you. So the Ledger Nano can be used as a decentralized wallet. You can actually store a lot of things on it, so that's pretty dope. Next is the MetaMask. MetaMask is not an exchange. It's a what the heck is this thing called? I can't remember. Oh well, it is an extension, browser extension to everything that you have. It's right. Oh my gosh, it's right there. So it's a browser extension that is actually attached to the Ethereum bridge. So it is a decentralized application, and you can just put it. It'll be like right here, and it's just an extension. I've never used this wallet, so I can't tell you anything about it. Wallet by Coinbase. The Coinbase wallet is pretty dope as well. It's exactly like the Trust wallet and the MetaMask wallet. I use that as well. It is used on your phone, and you can get a lot of. If you have Coinbase, you can just naturally move your Coinbase stuff into Coinbase wallet. And then a Trezor wallet is also a decentralized wallet. So these decentralized wallets that are extensions are a bit different, or they also can be held on your phone. They're a bit different in terms of what you can really do with it, but they're mainly used to get into DeFi platforms. So like if you want to go into like a Uniswap, then you're gonna see up here. So Uniswap, you're gonna see right up here. It's gonna say use Uniswap, and then you're gonna see connect wallet. So I'll just do that just to show you guys. Trust. So it says connect wallet, and So the wallet I'm connecting, I use Wallet Connect. It's gonna put a QR code, and oh, it doesn't even put a QR code. There it is. My wallet's connected now, and it just says everything that you have in it. So like I use this for Sora farming, but you can also use it to buy other stuff. So like other stuff that are on Uniswap. So say for instance that you have ETH, and you want to buy a token. Let's say I want to buy Bondly. So I can import it from CoinGecko. Yeah, do it your own risk. Yeah. And now I have Bondly there, and I can get 140 Bondly right now with my Ethereum. That's actually not that bad. The fees, that's not bad. I like that. I'm okay with that. You can see in terms of the fees that the gas fees are roughly about not that much right now. So this, in terms of swapping it, it'll cost me 34. So it'll cost me 4.8. That's not bad in terms of it. Like in terms of the gas fees right now, I like that. Okay, so let's say your Exodus gets hacked, and everything saved on my Nano will it be saved in this scenario. Okay, so because Exodus is a hot wallet, okay, if you're going to use an Exodus, the next thing that I would suggest getting is a Trezor wallet. This one, not a Nano, okay? You can get a Nano. Like, let's just be completely honest with you. The more wallets you have, the better it is. And the more cold wallets you have, the better it is. So like, you really want to be able to utilize all this stuff. You don't want to be like, okay, I'm just only going to get this. Picture this to be like, you're going to have a lot of money. So for me, that's why I have a Ledger Nano X. I'm getting the Trezor, and I'm gonna move all my Exodus into my Trezor, and it just becomes simpler, right? For a utilization tool for me to use it. And now it's no longer stored on my Exodus. Here's an additional form of security that someone needs to go through. So if someone wants to get to my money, they need to go to my Trezor. Then they need to open up my Exodus just to get my money. So you can see in terms of forms of security, it's now like, yeah, at least have like 3 layers of security now, actually 4 layers, because realistically, they need to get the actual Trezor. That's 1. 2 is now they need to get your password. That's 2. Then they need to get your password for your Exodus wallet. That's 3. And then they need to get your password for, they need to get your Exodus wallet and you get your 12 phase recovery phrase. That's 4. That's like just a lot. And then if you have all the keys, all your private keys, that's even 5, because if someone was to take your Trezor, you can now take all your private keys and move it to another Exodus wallet. So like realistically, in terms of being able to do everything, it's not that bad. You can actually being able to kind of fund everything and be able to, if someone was to hack you, there's a lot of steps that you have that you can actually go into. So like if you ever were to get an email saying that, let's say that Exodus was hacked, okay? The first thing you want to do is you do want to check your Exodus. You want to see what's going on, and then you want to like intensify your security. Like I'm going to be completely honest. Do you spend a full amount on the MetaMask when you connect into Uni, or can you lower the amount when you want to use? You just mean in terms of like normally I just go max. I don't think, like, for me, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. Whenever I buy cryptocurrency, I'm normally a type of person that'll take like $100, $200, $300. I'll store it into one crypto at a time, and I dollar cost average every single week. I just continually just throw money in. I'll just go max. I'm not trying to like. I don't really mess around with Uniswap too much in terms of, I don't like the fees. So for me, I'll do something like this. Let's go backwards. Let's actually see if this works. 143. It actually went up. I'm probably going to buy this. All right. So we're doing a live thing here now. 142.8. So for 1 ETH, you would get 2. Oh, wow. That's pretty dope. All right. Confirm swap. All right. So I just bought something live with you guys. There you go. But I'll normally always do the max. I'll be connected to the live market. So with the Trezor, you're connected with the live market. Yeah. In terms of it, so in terms of everything, you're still connected with the live market. So like if the market was to go down, like your funds are still going down no matter what. You're connected with the market's moving all the time, 24/7. So no matter what, you are connected with that. So yeah, decentralization, DeFi wallets. We got the Trust Wallet. We got Coinbase Wallet. We got all that stuff. All right, let's open up some questions in terms of wallets, and then I'm going to cover some coins. Will you still be okay? Yeah. Any other questions? Anyone else have any more questions? What's a Trezor? Trezor Wallet. Okay. Oh, we got. How would I lower it? In terms of the fees. Okay, so let's say, for instance, that you were to lower it. All you would do is you would lower the amount of Ethereum that you use. So I used max supply, right? Just waiting for confirmation. So I'll go to another place like 1 inch. 1 inch. So it's decentralized aggregator. So 1 inch .exchange. Okay. So let's say, for instance, I was to now, in terms of I was supposed to buy something. Yep, your ledger's connected to the live market too. Chances of your Exodus being hacked, very slim. I've never heard of it being hacked. So if it was to be hacked, then it would happen. Can I load my broker through Coinbase? I don't know which broker you're talking about, so it's hard for me to answer that question. If you're talking about like MT4, no, that's not it. If you're talking about MT4, sure. But if you're talking about anything else, you gotta rephrase that question because yeah, what do you mean by load your broker? All right. So if you're to lower fees, let's just say you're gonna buy. I don't have any. Oh, I do have. Okay. So now let's say that you have 0.023213 ETH in here. Okay. Let's say, for instance, what the heck? Oh yeah, you can do it through Bitcoin. You can move your everything through Bitcoin. All right, so like with 1 inch, you kind of have all this stuff in terms of being able to move everything. Okay, 0. So if I want to lower it, I just go 2 1. So see, I have 2. I would just use 1. So that's 1629, and I go swap token. Right? It's pretty straightforward. Now, if I want to use lowest gas cost, it gives me just a bit extra. If I want to change it from DAI to let's say that I want to get, I don't know, it's a good coin. Celsius. Oh, Polka starter coin. All right, never mind. Celsius. So right now I can move. I would get 2 Celsius tokens for 1, and if I just go 0.2, that's how you change it. It's pretty straightforward, and then you get whatever is there, and then it will give you the lowest cost, high slippage, more than 10% drop. So it's saying that it's 26%, so it's going to drop down in price. So, ooh, that's garbage. So if I was to use max, these fees are still high. See this? $34 would give me $25. That's not something you want. Anyways, yeah, this is very high right now. I would wait till probably 2 o'clock to be able to do this, because the fees do go down. Now I showed you guys Ethereum gas station, and you can check that out. There's another place that Cobain showed us. I don't have it on me right now, but if someone knows, they can drop it in the chat. All right, so those are all your decentralized, centralized exchanges, and also wallets. Last thing, Protonmail. If you don't have a Protonmail, I highly suggest you get it. The one thing that you should be looking at is it's based in Switzerland. You always hear about Swiss bank accounts. You always hear about Swiss being the highest form of security. So follow through with it. So I actually got it recently because I was like, man, you know what? I might as well get one because I'm full crypto. I went from stock market to crypto in a hot minute. So I'm 100% in the crypto market. I feel completely safe in it. And the more and more security that they meet is for you to manage your own thing. So this is giving you decentralization via your email, end-to-end encryption, anonymous emails, Swiss privacy, which is huge because now no one can actually hack into your emails because it's on a Swiss exchange. So if someone, like, this is why I use the Brave browser mixed with DuckDuckGo, because Google can't see what I'm actually Google can't see what I'm looking at anymore, right? I'm not getting as much pings. I'm not seeing any advertising anymore anywhere. So I actually like it. Free secure email. It's really easy. It's not beautiful in terms of the design clearly, but you don't get an email because of beautifulness. All right. So let's go to trading view. Let's talk about some coins. Let's take a look. No problem. All right. So in terms of the crypto market, hopefully you guys bought the dip. If you guys bought any coins and bought the dip, just drop an 888 in the chat right now. Let's see how many people bought some dips. Would you recommend using it for trading all trading stuff? Yes, for all trading stuff, I would recommend using Protonmail. I've switched over from almost everything for Protonmail. Nice. A lot of people bought the dip. I love it. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. Whenever you see a bull market, just buy the dip. Like, it doesn't matter what anyone's saying. Just buy the dip. And it's like, Manny, what if it goes down lower? Buy that dip too. just always buy the dip. Okay. All right. I'm gonna take a chart that I haven't used yet, and then let's take a look at BTC and BTC's movement in terms of it. Let me erase everything here, so you guys can kind of do what I'm doing here. So what I do first is I'll go into the 4 hour. Actually, I'll generally just go into like my weeklies and monthlies first, and I'll do a top-down analysis from here. So you can see like where are we going? Up. Cool. Nice. We're still going up. Check. Weekly. Okay, we're still going up. Nice. So I wouldn't use my Fibonacci from here to here. I would just drop down to my daily, and I'll use my Fibonacci from here because now we're in an active retracement now, finally, and this is the key area that you want to see what's happening. Like, you could have got some trades down here, but realistically, that was kind of like not in lower time frames you would have been able to get that. So we're going for, all right. So right now, main area that we're looking at is that we're at that 618 50% zone. So this is a kind of a big area, this is a big area that we want to really pay attention to, because it could reject down and make another higher. What you want to see is a higher low, or you want to see it fail, reject, and continue down. Like, one of the two things you want to see happen. If it makes a higher low, that means it's about to break out. If it makes a lower low, then get ready, because we're going to be getting down a bit lower. All right, so we're in this position right now. This is a daily time frame. So let me get out of this. So because it's a daily time frame, it's kind of, you can't really. We still have 5 hours left of this candle, and if this candle breaks, which it broke the 50% zone, what I want to see is the next candle break the 618 zone, right? Or I want to see it come down and then make a higher low, and then close up like either this liquidity or this liquidity here. So close up these candles. Whichever one it closes out, I'm okay with. So dropping down to a 4 hour, right? So I'll go from this high to this low. And like right now, it hasn't really done anything. So this is not an active fib for me. So I can't really actually say that this is going to happen. But if it was to start heading down from here, here's what you'd be looking at, which is this is your 50% 618 zone. And then you got your 886, 786, 886. And you'd just be kind of waiting for the market to kind of do its thing. Because if it just surpasses this and then continues up, so there's two ways that you're looking at this. Oh, good. All right, so there's two ways you're actually looking at this. So you can see that what happened is that it bounces off the zone and it continues up. So the one of the two ways is this. So you're either looking at it for it to come up, retest, and then take off, or from here it goes down here, here, retest, and take off. Or the last one is like this, where it can come down all the way to here. And you can see, and so if you see wicks in the market. So when you see like this happen in the market, that's not counting in terms of it going down. So let's say, for instance, it came down here, but it wicked down here, right? And then came back up and closed over here. That means it closed higher. Here, so close above there, come up to like here, do some consolidation here, hold that support there, come up through there, retest this, and then take off. So those are kind of like my 3 scenarios that I'm looking at. And so like for me, I'm waiting for one of these scenarios to happen at this point. So I can drop down to a 30-minute and get a bit more price action happening, right? So like right now, this is an active fib. So right now, I can go right here from this 30% 618 zone and just hop in right here. And see how what's happening in this market right now. All right, so drop it right there, 30%, same thing. So right now, when you drop down to a lower time frame, you can get more information in the market. So right now, in order for this first scenario to play out, it's going to need to close above here and then retest and then take off. So these are right now your resistance areas. So you're either going to see it come down further or it's going to go up further. Either way, if you see rejection in the market, there's a good chance it's going to come down lower. But it will depend on the DXY and what it does. So right now, in terms of our DXY, it's kind of floating around in this area. And it is linked to it, but here's our yearly open. I have the DXY just made a lower low than this. So there's a good chance it made a lower high than this. There's a good chance that we should be coming back down. And this is an area of rejection and then going down past this yearly open. And once it goes past the yearly open, like my next stop for the DXY is down here at 84. Like this is going to be a place where Bitcoin's sitting at 100K per. So when you're looking at like the DXY and you're seeing rejection happening on it. The reason why we're not seeing Bitcoin kind of move is because we're seeing this consolidation pattern. But if you see right now, you can see a high, a low. This is actually a higher low, right? So technically we should be making a higher high. But if it's a reversal, right, then we can go from, instead of using this, we're going to use this. If it breaks this structure here, then we're going to be, this is from January. If it breaks this structure here, then it's going to continue downwards. So like this 886, 786 zone here in the green, if it breaks that, it will continue downwards. We can see it's not breaking this area of support here. This is from November. It hasn't been able to make it. So on the bigger time frame, this is just a low, and we're just in consolidation right now. And it can consolidate, like literally the DXY can just continue consolidating for the entire year. And it doesn't really affect Bitcoin too much because if you look at the consolidation and you look how Bitcoin's going up, in the consolidation is actually a good thing. So I'll show you a little thing that I'm looking at right now is that if you see this right now, it's going up and it consolidates down. If you look at Bitcoin, it's almost decoupling from the DXY because if you look at this up and you look at the downward retracement, it wasn't as much as what happened in DXY or what happened in the Forex pairs if you look at them. So I really see this coming down lower and making lower lows because it didn't break this structure. And this is a clear high. If it does invade the structure, what I want to see is it come up here, come retest and then take off, or come down, retest and go down. So back to BTC. So these are my 3 scenarios that I'm looking at, and I'm just going to sit on my hands and wait for one of them to happen. In terms of investing, this is like areas of buy. So you can either buy right here at 46. If they ever touches 46 again, here's an area to buy. Or if it touches 44, you can buy. But if it goes up from here and you see like a 55 and it comes back down to 52, you should probably buy. Like no matter what, you should probably be looking at buying Bitcoin at some point if you haven't bought it yet. So other cryptos. So drop some, I want you guys to drop a couple cryptos that you want me to look at, and I'll take a look at it. DXY is so the DXY is the US dollar index. So that's in terms of the power and the strength of the dollar. So that's how you kind of figure out in terms of how strong our dollar actually is, or not our dollar, but the US dollar is. And the stronger it is, the further it go up. All right, so I got VeChain, Cardano, Ethereum. All right, so let's check out VeChain first. VET. What do we got? VeChain. VeChain's exactly where I expect it to be, which is that that point of 5 cents, which I think is going to continue up. If you see, this was the buy area that I had suggested from before that I was looking at. But a point of support was also this 3 cents, and you can see how it just kind of started making a bear flag, a bullish flag here, a bullish pendant it's called. So when the market does this and makes equal lows, generally this is what's known as a bullish pendant, and you can see once the market comes up and cuts through this and then closes above it, it takes off. So in normal market conditions, you can see this because it's making equal lows, so it's not dropping down, and the selling pressure is minimizing. So normally most people think that this means it's going to go down because it's making lower highs, but it's not making any lower lows. And you can see it's just consolidating. So it's consolidating here, doing this zigzag pattern, and then it's taking off. So if I drop down to a lower time frame, you'll probably see some retracements into Elliott waves and all that other stuff. That's dope, but like realistically, it's going up. So where do I see VeChain going to next? 6 cents. Because I already drew this all up from a larger time frame, from a weekly. So I showed you guys this before in terms of my extensions. So let's get rid of this. Up here. All right, so in terms of my extensions, they've been pretty accurate. The last time I put here is to buy VeChain, buy VeChain, buy VeChain. And then it's just come up, retested. It was like a 786, 886 zone, or actually, like if you look at it from a bigger time frame, like this weekly time frame, like, all right, so this is our last low, this is our high, and look where it dropped, 50% 618 zone. So like, if you look at it from that point of view, this is why like you want to always zoom out. Whenever you see red, start zooming out. So you start getting these bigger time frame plays, because in investing in crypto, these bigger time frame plays will make you a whole lot of money. Like I'm not, this is like no cap, no shade to it. Like literally, think about this, okay? If you saw this happening and then saw this coming down on a weekly, and then the entire week it's just going down, right now, if you bought VeChain at 3.8 cents, you'd be up 24%, 30% already, right? Like I bought VeChain at that time, and I think Cobain actually even put out a buy area there too. So like on the daily, it's going to surpass here. It is 5 cents, so it's going to break and close above there. It's going to have to, because you don't want to see it continue consolidating and reject. Because it rejects from here, if it rejects this, then it's going to come back down, find support at 4 cents, and then take off. So it's either going to do one of two things that you're looking at. It's either going to come here, break here, show support, and then continue upwards and go to 6 cents, 7 cents, and like break through, and then come back down. Or it's going to get up to here, reject down, show support up here, so retest this 4 cents at the 618 level, and then come up here into 6.9 and break through the 5. I'd have it breaking through the 5, because if it rejected off the 5, that will be a lot of rejections. Like look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This will be the 10th day if it makes it up to there, where they've been trying to push through this zone, which is a strong selling pressure. So 10 days of strong selling pressure means eventually it's going to break through. And when it does break through, like it will come up, show this as support, and then take off. What was next? Cardano. All right, Cardano, my coin, my baby. I'm not planning on selling Cardano ever. No, I have a portion of it that I already priced out to sell, and then the rest of it I'm just going to continue hodling for the next 4 years and dollar cost averaging into it. That's my game plan in terms of it. The reason why is because of what Cardano's doing. Like they're doing a whole new project in terms of it, like not a whole new project, but they're working on a lot of things. And I saw a YouTube video on Charles Hoskinson this morning from 2014. And if you hear this guy talk about decentralization and the things that he's working on, like this is when he was working with Ethereum, you'll be like, yeah, okay, I'm betting on this horse. Like he's a serious mathematician, and he's a bona fide genius. So like yeah, you're doing this, all right. Like everything that Ethereum was doing wrong, he kind of worked backwards from it. So he saw, so like the background in terms of it is that he saw Vitalik Buterin make Ethereum, and he helped him, right? He saw this kid in university that was dropped out, and it was a really smart kid, and he wanted to help him. So he had all the connections. He helped Vitalik set up Ethereum. Vitalik was still the head. So then from there, when there was not a crash in the market, but there was a difference in the market per se, and there was two different fractions. One were the miners, and I think there was a hack in the market, in the Ethereum market, and it was like $150 million. So instead of paying it back to the people, they just forked it and they made Ethereum. There was Ethereum Classic and Ethereum. So now that's why you see Ethereum Classic, which is the actual version of Ethereum, and then they forked it and made Ethereum, and then they ran off with it. Charles didn't like that because of the fact of the way that they set it up. They just kind of like, they made a mistake, they wiped their hands and moved forward. When people lost money. So he made Cardano from a backwards point of view. So he thought forward and then backwards. So he said, what do we want to have at the end? And then he worked backwards with it. So the reason why it takes so long in terms of their updates is because he actually planned it out properly. If you think about it, all the updates that he did, like he could have rushed it for this bull market, and this coin could have shot up from 7 cents all the way up to maybe $10, right? But instead, he didn't rush it. He actually took this entire bear market and really planned out everything to the point where that's why when you see things happening in Cardano, and the one knock that everyone said is like, oh, their updates are slow. Their updates were slow because we were in the middle of a bear market. Why the hell are you going to do fast updates in a bear market? To be completely honest with you, right? But now that we're in a bull market, that they've taken their time with all these updates. Now, if you actually look at the Cardano website, the next update that they're working on is the show, the roadmap. So the next update is scalability. All right, so they have actually released the smart contracts. So now scaling, which they've already started working on. And when they start talking about scalability issues, still the same thing that Ethereum kind of has trouble with. So, and I have no shadow of the doubt, once they put a date in this, right? We will. So you can see we're in Basho now. So once they put a date on this in terms of when they expect it to be done, it will be done. And we'll be Gucci. We'll be looking at Cardano at possibly, it could be a 50x coin. And I'm not trying to put a cap to it. It could be, in terms of by the end of this bull market and everything that it has going on with the 270 smart contracts that just put onto the actual network. So they've been actually bringing projects into the Cardano network. So when you see this consolidation happening, most people get scared of consolidation, but just see how it's just holding. This is healthy to me. This is what I want to see in a market. I just want to see I'd rather see it consolidating than going down, because same thing, you can see that drop down to like a 4-hour. What you're going to start seeing is equal lows, right? And remember that bullish pendant I was talking about before, which is like this, equal lows. So all you got to do is break and close above $1.24, break, close above $1.24, and this thing's off to the races. And our next stop after that is $1.76 and 227, 371, $5, and then 672, 647. So my, like, in terms of like what I expect it to happen over the next, I'd say within the next couple months, is I'm expecting Cardano actually to get to 647, but like my projection in terms of myself, do your own research in terms of this and figure out where you think it's going, is I see it going up to $6.47 by summertime. Like I'm not even trying to cap. I'm literally saying this is what I'm expecting. So, but if it doesn't happen, then I'm okay with it going to $3. I'm okay with it going to $5. Hell, I'm okay if it dropped down to 70 cents, because I'm completely okay because of this. So see this blue box here? See this percentage? This is the percentage that I made off Cardano so far. And I haven't even touched it. I haven't sold any yet, right? All through this phase, I literally just been buying and mining, buying and mining, buying and mining. And I've been telling every single person that I know, buy Cardano. And they're like, if you're going to say one coin to buy, I was like, buy Cardano. It's not too late. Most people that think it's too late, generally they're talking from a point of view that they think the bull market's over, which is not. Like, we still have another half a year left to a year of a bull market. So we're not over yet. This is just the beginning. This is Q1. So what I see happening in Cardano is that I see it come up, break, and then retest, really show support at this all-time high. and then take off to the next levels. So this would be a great place to buy it because you also look. If I go from this low on a Fibonacci to that high, and look where we're messing around with 50% 618 zone. In a bull market, your 50% 618 zone is your best friend. 80% of the time, the retracements are going to come back to this point, right? So you really want to look at it and be like, oh, look at this, and we're making higher lows. Like you have a low, and you have a high, and you have a higher low, and then you have another high that's not lower high, but then you have a high, you have another high, another low. It's just consolidating. So what's consolidates? All it's doing is also trying to close above the 50%. So what that tells me on a 4-hour level, we're about to take off. I don't know when, but we're about to, because you can see it's starting to break and close above. And you want to see it, and then you can see this candle as well. So see, this is a bullish engulfing candle. If it closes like that, we have 1 more hour, but if it closes like that, this is a 4-hour, this is 4 hours. You can see this is bullish, right? So you can see this bullish. You can see what happens next when a candle closes above the bearish candle. When you have a bullish candle closing above the bearish candle, there's a good chance it's going to continue upwards. I'll do like a couple more. VeChain, Cardano, Ethereum. All right, with Ethereum, oh, that's energy web token. With Ethereum, I will there we go. All right, so with Ethereum, what I see happening is, I'll just delete all of this. We're in a key area. Let's go to the weekly. So you can see we're in a key area. This is clearly not the area that you want to be in with Ethereum, because this would be a 786 retracement from here. So I'm going to use this last down candle here, which is also your lowest closing candle. I could also use this down here, but let's use this just to see. And you can see, like this is like I'm not trying to make this up. This is what happens in a bull market, and this is why when people are saying like, oh, it's gonna go down, I honestly don't see this coming down. Same thing with Ethereum that I see with Bitcoin. It's kind of mimicking the same exact price action as Bitcoin. So like you kind of want to look for this. So same thing, 50% 618. We're here. If it rejects from here, it's going to continue downwards for a bit, or it's going to make, like if I go to lower time frame, you're going to see a lot of breaks of structure, which is a good thing. The lower time frame will tell you like what's happening on your higher time frame. All honesty, if I did the extensions, I left my extensions up on here, it would have shown you a $6,000 Ethereum. I expect that to happen by Q2. All right, so see, this is a break of structure here. So it comes up, it breaks this right over here. So it breaks this structure in the market. And then you can see where it comes up and then retests this level of support, and then takes off. So I'm expecting it to make a higher high, which it did. It broke this structure now. So it's making higher highs. So I want to see it continue in that price action. So the next thing I want to do is I want to see it break this structure, which is actually I want to see it break this. Which if it starts breaking this to 1678, then what you want to see is this is your last down candle. You want to see it get past that and then get into the 1900s. And realistically, you want to see it come up above 1900, close above 1900, and then take off. Algorand. All right, I'll take two more. I'll take Dot and Algorand, and then I'm gonna end this. Polkadot, another one of the projects that I've been really stalking like a hawk. You can see I've been doing a little ABC retracement pattern from a weekly. So I charted this out from a weekly time frame. Here's your one candle that I have. I took this high of the candle, I went to the low of the candle, and I based Polkadot's movement based off this one candle. Okay, and it's been fairly accurate when I watch it. And then I've been really charting and trying to figure out how it moves. So I did a little ABC pattern, which is a corrective pattern. And so like when a corrective pattern, meaning that when this is a downward spiral, we're now looking at an upwards momentum. So that upwards momentum is that this and then continuation. It's also the first half of our harmonic pattern. So generally speaking, what we'll see is something like this, and then it would come down and retrace down and then take off again. Or it would do a retracement down, come back up a bit higher, come back down a bit higher, and then take off. And that's like more like a Gartley pattern. But if you guys haven't done harmonics, then yeah. All right. So as you can see, in terms of everything, it's hit this 50% 618 zone of that large candle, came back to the 618 zone 50%, and now it's kind of hanging out here. You can see where it's kind of making, like, I like seeing this motion. And like, if you look and see, once again, if I was to do this, put it into a line chart, and then go from this high to this low, and then you can see it was starting to make equal lows. And see how it started to make equal lows. Same bullish flag, break, close, take off. Like it really becomes, once you get to this point, trading becomes really simple, and you're looking for the same patterns in the market, especially with cryptocurrency. But I already had it marked up, and these were key areas. So for me, how I trade cryptocurrency is I use my Fibonacci. I look for the key areas that it's supposed to do. So like even like this. So okay, let me talk about this candle here. Okay. Don't feel bad if you weren't able to catch this candle. No one was able to catch this candle. Like, let me drop down into here. Okay. 4 hour. Like, this is one freaking candle. Like this is called price manipulation, okay? And this is actually on the Kraken exchange. So it's on a certain exchange that just happened. It's not on every single one. But you can see this where you wouldn't have been able to catch this. So like, it's like, oh, Polkadot went down to 13 cents. Oh, I missed it. Like, I'm dropping down in the 5 minute. Let's drop down to a minute chart. And you can see, like, you would have had to been on the minute charts and literally would have seen this bullish engulfing candle, catch this, and then at $21, and then you would be like, yeah, I'm a genius. But like, this is too much noise for me. Like, for me, this is way too much, and I don't feel like trading like that. I don't even feel like investing like that. So what I use is these big time frames, because for investment, it's more positional. It's called positional trading, right? So you're taking positions in the market, and I already had a position here. So like, this was your next area of position, right where it was. So if I play the replay mode, you can see this was the next area of position, and it kind of held there, right? So this was your last area of position at $31. This is probably going to take off and go to 40, 45, and we can see a breaking of 50 this month, and even 60, especially if Bitcoin continues taking off. What was the next one I said? Algorand. Okay, Algorand is another one that's low key, like, dope. If you don't have it in your portfolio, you really should be thinking about it. All right, so Algorand is $1.19. So there's another one that I've already marked up from like a long time ago, and I already have my, like, you can see my price markups down here in terms of how I seen it moving. And it's like, here you go. It's responding to all these areas, like in terms of Fibonacci's. So like, your Fibonacci pattern is like your roadmap to this entire thing, because you drop down to a lower time frame, you're seeing the roadmap happen, and you're seeing how it moves, and you can actually catch everything, right? So on a daily, you can see it comes up, comes down, show support, comes up, comes down, show support, breaks this, comes up, comes down, show support, and it's continually coming up, come down, showing support. And then we go into our extensions, right? Our extension levels, is our extension levels? No, we're still not in extensions. This comes up, comes down, show support. Now we're in extensions. So this is all extensions. There's nothing else but extensions now. So you can see, in terms of extensions, it pretty much hits these extension levels. It breaks $1.60, doesn't close above $1.60, and comes down. So what I'm looking for, it's like, I'm most likely gonna do, let's do a fib, and you guys can see it for yourself. Like, I don't know how many times I can do this and you can see the exact same thing, but like, look at this. If I go from this high to this low, and you're directly in your 50% 618 zone and about to break out. So what you're looking for is close above the 50% zone, and you can see you can see it retest, but if it breaks with a strong candle, there'll be no retest. Like, if this thing gets up to $1.30 before this candle is done, you will not see $1.20 happen again. So like, this is technically a great time to buy Algorand right now. Do your own research on it. don't like just jump to the charts because of me, but definitely do your own research and figure out it. The other cool thing is with Algorand on Exodus. Let me just check this out. On Exodus, you could actually have your Algorand on there right now, and you can stake it for 6.13% daily, or not daily, APY, which is pretty dope. So for every, I want to say every couple of days, let's say every 12 to 13 days, you get 6.3%, which is pretty dope. So if you had 100 Algorand tokens, actually, let's see this. If you had 1,000 Algorand tokens in there right now, which is roughly about $1,000, you would get 2 Algorand tokens, which doesn't sound like a lot for you, but I'm actually going to take a look at CoinGecko for this because I'm pretty sure I saw this happen.
Hey, Coach.
Algorand. Okay. So you can see Algorand's at $1.19. See this token supply? So this is 10 billion tokens. That's a little bit over Polkadot and where we see it going.
Hey, brother, can I ask Coach questions while he's dealing with the thing, or should I just save it to the end?
Save it for the end.
Oh, shit. Sorry, Coach.
That's okay. All right. So with the market cap you're looking at is you'll see it's about let's say 900, 950, 968 billion, 968 million. This could easily get over $1 billion, and let's say it gets to 10 billion, right? With 10 billion market cap with 10 billion tokens, that's a $10 Algorand. So if you're looking at it as a type of thing, the minimum amount that you need to stake, I don't know. Let me just check right now. That's a good question. I think it is 10, but I'm not too sure because I staked it a long time ago, and I honestly never looked that up. I staked it when it was really cheap. I'll take a look at it right now. All right, so I'd say just have over 100 and you're good. How do you receive it? Minimum balance. Okay. Why does Algorand have a minimum balance? Okay, so the minimum balance that you need in Algorand in Exodus is 0.1. So that's like not even $1. So that means you can have, for one Algorand, you can literally have almost 50 cents in there if you stake it. But like if you're talking about like what's the minimum, like that's really low. So definitely just put whatever you have into it, like whatever you put into cryptocurrency in terms of portioning out your portfolio. Look at Cobain, watch him, and like he'll talk about portioning out portfolios. But you see your max supply here, you got your market cap. If this gets over 10 billion, this is a $10 coin. Done. So right now, so let's reverse engineer it. If you have 2,000 of these tokens and it gets to $10, that's 20 grand. Right? No income claims. So if you understand in terms of how many way tokenomics works, and you just have to reverse engineer it. This is how like you look at your sell prices. So if this coin gets to X, then I will sell it for Y, and that's how you break it down. You can see it's completely bullish. It's offered on every single exchange. It is another just a decentralized platform. So something like competing with Ethereum and also Ethereum and Polkadot and Cardano. So it's definitely in terms of it's a big project. All right, so I'm going to stop the recording here, and then I'm going to take some questions. There we go. All right, so top 3 coins. I'll just say my top 3 coins right now. Flow. I'm not gonna lie. This is my favorite coin, and right now we're working on me and McKinley and all the crypto knights are working on a AMA on Clubhouse with the Flow team, Flow developers. So definitely, if you don't have Clubhouse, figure out a way to get on it because you're gonna want to hear what they have to talk about. Like I'm gonna ask them a bunch of questions. We're gonna really decipher through it. So Flow, Cardano, and Bitcoin. Any other questions that anyone has? Any questions? If you want to mute now, unmute now, you can unmute and speak. Actually, there's no.